Hello, gorgeous. Welcome to a recording of another episode for Love Goddess Podcast with your host, Katya Melvin. And today we are continuing the conversation about the art of escaping. And we are taking escaping not in terms of numbing your feelings. That is a super important distinction that we have to make. Escaping simply means disconnecting from your current identity that you are carrying on you and resetting into a different state of being, into a different identity, and really getting into a higher vibration and disconnecting from all of your problems, all of the craziness, all of the things that you call life, right? And when you are able to disconnect, you have a completely different opportunity to start fresh, start again. And today specifically, I want to talk to you about disconnecting from your identity or escaping through a way of daydreaming. See, daydreaming, they told us, at school, like we would be so bored in the class, right? We would start like dreaming about boys or like dresses or shopping or like going having fun with girlfriends or whatnot, right? And when we go into daydream, like the society has programmed us. The teachers would be like, no daydreaming, like get back to reality, go to the desk and like solve this math problem, right? Or our parents would be like, oh, you're so daydreaming. It's like, so we were trained that daydreaming not only it's something bad. Like, you don't do that. That's like, you have to be in reality all the time. And that is the problem. All of us adults living in reality, we don't have a way where we can disconnect from that reality. And yet again, I believe that nothing is real and we are in this big bubble and the reality actually happens when we go. That's personal belief, right? Nothing is real in this, right? We are multidimensional beings. We are here, we live multiple lives. Like, that's my personal belief system, right? So the word reality to me altogether is, one of those funny words that you're like, yes, we as a society agreed on this word reality, but it is something that I personally see completely differently, right? And so when you disconnect from your reality, you are able to get into the realm of where you are actually, by God, supposed to be, which is the reality of daydreaming, right? It's not that this is a reality because it's like bad, and this is daydreaming like because it's not like something that has happened yet. Like, that is not real. Like, that's what we were told, and that is at the very core is not true. And in fact, I'm teaching you to unlearn everything that you've learned in the society here, right? And so your daydreaming is not is a form of your way, and it's your tool of creating your reality. It is a mind, it is a quantum leap to your reality. When you daydream, you create a projection or a grid for the reality to unfold for you. And the more you are in daydreaming state, and the more you feel that this is what you want and this is your life, to the point where you're like, hey, this is my reality. I'm already living that part. And when you are in that state of like, there's no BS, I am in this, I am feeling this, I am that person already, even though my current reality does not even show it to me, that That, my love, is a tool, very important tool of manifestation, of turning thoughts to things, of learning how to live in that invisible world that has not happened yet, because you are in a process of creating it, and you are a big creator, and you are meant to create things in this life, and that is what you came here to do. You're a creator, not the reliver of your reality. The reason why a lot of people don't move from their place or their shitty life or their shitty problems, their patterns over and over, because they keep recreating those problems by focusing on them, by not being able to move themselves out of that into another state, which is what daydreaming does, right? So your parents, the school, the society told you daydreaming is wrong. I am here to teach you that, hey, everything the society has taught you is wrong, and like go back to like how you felt as a child. You know your inner truth, you know what is truth and what's important by the way you feel. And you're gonna feel, if it feels fun to you, if it feels easy to you, it feels happy to you, which daydreaming is, right? It is true. It is, you are closer to God, because God and universe, whatever you fucking call it, like that's how it feels. You are in a state of a flow. You are in a state of this like completely different element. You are in a completely different dimension when you are in daydreaming. And so when you're focusing your body, your physical brain that is emitting electrical signals into the universe, creating that grid that like the science cannot yet prove that it exists, and very soon they will. You are creating the projection of your direction and what your reality is going to look like. But today's purpose of today's conversation is not to how to create through daydreaming. Today's purpose is really about to refocusing to the life or the projection of the life that you truly want to live, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel happy, that you know you're gonna enjoy, right? And so when you are focused in that state, when you are focused in that fantasy state of how you want your life to be, and you will like already living from that place, you are in a completely different vibe. You're in a higher vibration, right? Remember, we're learning the art of escape from the purpose of changing your state, not numbing your feelings, changing your state, right? And when you are daydreaming, you're changing your state of reality. And this could be as like depressive, and this could simply be boring, whatever that is for you that you want to change in your life, right? The reality that you want to change in your life, you must dream it first, right? And that happens through daydreaming, and you are focusing your energy, and you're elevating your vibration, and you are emitting completely different frequency when you are in that daydreaming state, focused on your dream. But you know what? A lot of people have been so unprogrammed to learn how to dream. That's so unfortunate. A lot of people lack imagination. That was the skill every single one of us possessed when we were little. And now, because we are so deeply conditioned to live in the reality, we are completely disabled from dreaming up our new reality, right? Or having an imagination. We forgot what it's like to imagine things. Like as a child, remember when we were a child, we would build forts out of pillows on a couch. We would pretend that leaves from the trees were money, and we would play out these stories, right? Like I remember we would climb onto the tree and pretend that like those thin leaves on a tree was a fish that I was buying for another leaf, which was my money, right? We imagined, our imagination was so vivid. But your imagination is a key to your creativity and also is a key to your sexuality, right? And that's why all of this is interconnected, because your sexuality is your creative energy. Your, like, even in spirituality, your sacral chakra, right? Is it sacral? Yes, sacral chakra. I always meant, for some reason, I can't always always forget. Is it sacral? Is sacral the solar plexus? And then everyone's, oh no, it's solar plexus. Is a solar plexus, right? So anyway, back to creativity and spirituality and imagination. Like your sexual energy is consisting of imagination. Women are not playful anymore because they forgot how to be imaginative, be creative, right? And again, not all of them, but not all of us women forgot, right? But a lot of us are in such a masculine way of living, especially if we are like running our businesses or being CEOs of our companies. It is so hard for us to disconnect from that and transition back into a woman, right? Or if you are with your children and you're always also in your masculine, because when you are with your children, you're always in your masculine. Forget, like, motherhood is nowhere near being feminine, right? And for me personally, like, I'm lucky I don't scream at my kid, right? Because like it just awakens the worst parts of myself, right? But it also is the biggest lesson. So that's part of, I personally don't like motherhood or being a mother. For me, that was not part of my lesson. I don't want to learn that lesson in this lifetime, right? Even though I am a mother and I have gone my share of lessons through losing my child and having my child, and then being a mother for my child, coming from a place I never wanted to be a mother or never wanted to have kids, just happened, right? So I've learned my lesson here, but I've never identified myself with the motherly type because it was such a masculine type, right? Like I never wanted to take care of other kids, right? Or like I wanted to be taken care of, but I didn't want to take care of someone, if that makes sense, right? And taking care of someone is a masculine energy. It is when you are receiving, that is your feminine energy. Feminine energy is all about receiving, where masculine energy is all about giving, doing. Right? So I am kind of a mother, but in the sense of I'm a mother of my business, because I'm a mother to my employees and to like all the little processes that I've created. So I am a creator, and that does require like a big level of being in my masculine, but I'm a identity coach, right? Like I'm femininity coach, like I'm teaching and I'm going through the same journey as I'm evolving too. Like I'm learning, how do I combine the two? And the balance never stops balancing, if you know what I mean. Like it's always going to be like a balancing game. So it's always finding that perfect balancing ground is going to be the work that needs to be done. Anyway, my love, so imagination is super important. It connects to your creativity, it connects to your sexuality, and when the way you are working your imagination is through daydreaming and creating your dreams and living from a place of a completely different reality, even for a little bit, that gets you out of your current reality into a new reality that you want to be creating for yourself. So daydreaming is super important. Don't ever underestimate the power of daydreaming. I also have opened up something very, very special this week. I am accepting application for a retreat with me. It's a 2-day retreat. Or should I say VIP, 2-day VIP retreat, right? The first day, we are all in coaching. We spend 5 hours together getting you a path and a structure and coaching to become a love goddess in your life. Where day 2, we actually quantum leap you into that love goddess and seeing that love goddess through a boudoir session together, to where you will learn to feel what love goddess feels like, and you will be able to embody her better. So if you believe that this is for you, go ahead and message me with the word application, and I will send you an application to fill out, and we'll see if it's a fit for us to work together. So I hope, my love, you had a wonderful evening, and I now want for you to go and daydream. It's that important. And I will see you tomorrow in another recording of our Love Goddess podcast with me. Mwah. Love you.